Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. We're back here with a little Conan Exiles Age of Calamitous mod, and today we're going to be discussing the daily quests. We'll talk about the daily quest givers, their locations, the quest targets and their locations, and the rewards for those quests. Before we get going, I'll explain a little bit. The December 8th, 2021 Underworld update brought an awful lot of content to Age of Calamitous mod. If you've played it, you know. Maybe if you're just coming back to it, you're not aware. Among the improvements was the addition of daily quests as a way to acquire various currencies, predominantly AOC coins, but there are a couple other currencies that we'll talk about as well. So again, we're going to go over the quest givers, the quest targets, and the locations for all of those, and then the rewards. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first daily quest giver you are likely to encounter is the one that's at every major dungeon. So her name is Alexandra Fall.
These ruins are ancient. It's incredible how they managed to build these structures. All the history behind a place like this.
She's got the same dialogue for every time you encounter her. But what her dailies are these time attacks. So you have to have completed this dungeon. This dungeon is the Tomb of Ikaratosh, and it is right outside the faction hall, and it is, you have to complete it for the for all of the faction quest lines.
I have an urgent matter that needs to be attended to. Could you help me?
So what she's giving away, you have to complete the Tomb of Ikaratosh in 3 minutes. So this is the formula for every time attack. She's going to give you a time that you have to complete it in this case 3 minutes. She's going to give you a number of honor tokens, in this case 3 to 6, a number of tin coins 40 to 80, and a set amount of experience, in this case 5,000. So I'm not going to run every time attack for this video. That would make this a 3-hour long video, probably significantly longer than that with the other daily quest givers. So I'm going to show you her locations. You're just going to have to trust that the rewards are going to be within the given ranges. I'm not going to show you every reward. So this is the rewards that you can expect every day for doing this dungeon in under 3 minutes. Alrighty, dungeon number 2 is the dregs. In order to get into the dregs, you have to do a little bit of work. You need to kill somebody on this circle here, and then it'll open up for you. Enter down into the dregs. You'll get your loading screen, and then from here you'll find Alexandra is standing right here.
These ruins are ancient. It's incredible how they managed to tell you what.
And this time attack, she wants you to complete the dregs in 9 minutes. Your honor range is 3 to 7. Your tin coin range is 60 to 100, and you get 15,000 experience for this one. Moving on to the next one. The next dungeon where she's going to be, that also requires you to enter, is going to be the Midnight Grove, which is located in D8. Again, as will be discussed, the Midnight Grove is not a set location for a dungeon. This is just where you learn how to get the Midnight Alchemist, or you can also just purchase a potion of Midnight for 5 feral flesh, which is what we're going to do. You take this potion of Midnight, and it teleports you into the dungeon. So you can get to this dungeon from anywhere. You just need to have that potion of Midnight. Then she'll be standing right here when you pour it in.
Are ancient. It's incredible how they managed.
And then the time attack Midnight Grove. 6 to 17 honor tokens, 150 to 300 tin, and 150,000 experience. You have 15 minutes to complete it. It's worth noting that in order to complete the time attack you have to get back to Alexandra. It's not just complete the dungeon. You have to return to her in the time. And I'll show you here. We'll take the quest. It's going to tell you timer quest started. You have 15 minutes to complete it. And you can always check your timer. You're going to want to make it your tracked quest, but you can always check your timer here. Timer remaining 15 minutes. And it says Werewolf Boss 1. You got to kill him. So if you track your quest, it will have your timer counting down there on the left side. That is the best way to do this. Her next location is right here in B7. It's known as the Wine Cellar. It is behind Conan's bar in Seppermiru. You go downstairs, and she'll be standing right here at the edge, inside the cellar here.
It's incredible how they tell you.
You have 7 minutes to complete this one for 7 to 14 honor, 150 to 300 tin, and 150,000 experience. So again, it's defeating the end boss, getting all the way back around to Alexandra before that 7-minute timer runs out. Alrighty, just north of the cellar is the Warmaker dungeon. And that's going to be the next one that we visit. Through this door, she's right here.
These ruins are ancient. It's incredible how they managed to tell you what.
Time Attack Warmakers wants you to finish it in 15 minutes, 7 to 17 honor, 150 to 300 tin, and 150,000 experience. So all of the rewards are fairly close to the same. This is mostly so you can see all the locations where she's at. Alright, the next location for Alexandra is right here in 06 in the jungle, overlooking the two temples with the purple flames. She's standing out here on the balcony.
Got any relics or ancient artifacts? Watch out for traps in places like these.
She does cover the Palace of the Witch Queen and the Sunken City.
If you could help me with a problem, I would reward you.
Palace of the Witch Queen, you get 7 minutes, 4 to 7 honor tokens, 100 to 150 tin coins, and 100,000 experience. And the Sunken City, you get 8 minutes, 7 to 14 honor tokens, 150 to 300 tin coins, and 150 experience. So we'll move on to the next. Alrighty, the next location is going to be the Black Keep, which is right here in F12. You're going to be running down into here, and you hit this doorway. It's going to load it up, and as you load in, once again, you look around and you'll find Alexandra standing right here on this pedestal.
It's incredible how they managed.
Time Attack Black Keep. You have 5 minutes to beat the Kinscourge.
Could you help me?
7 to 14 honor, 150 to 300 tin, and 150,000 experience. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. It's in, what is that, G14? Yeah, G14 in the Well of Skelos. You have to jump into the portal at the bottom of the big tower, and then she is standing right here.
These ruins are ancient.
Well of Skelos, you have 7 minutes to defeat the serpent boss, and again, 7 to 14, 150 to 300, and 150,000. Alrighty, and for the next one, we're back here at a pretty familiar location. This is the entrance to the passage up in G11. You've seen this in a couple of my other videos up in the Highlands area here. Inside here, we're going to find another instance of Alexandra standing right over here on this pillar. And this instance gives you 3...
These ruins are ancient. It's incredible.
It gives you 3 time attacks. The Underwater Cavern.
I hate to ask this, but could you help me with
You have a 5-minute timer to complete. 10 to 20 honor tokens, 10 copper coins, and 200,000 experience.
I have an urgent
The
matter that
spider
needs to be
passage,
attended to.
you have a 2-minute timer to complete for 8 to 17 honor, 150 to 300 tin, or 150,000 experience.
Tell you
And the
what,
Underworld, you have
help me
45
with
minutes to
I would
complete.
reward you handsomely.
You're going to get 20 to 50 honor tokens, 1 to 2 silver coins, and a 500,000 experience. I am unfamiliar with what she wants us to do in the spider passage, so we're going to grab that quest and see what she wants us to do. Oh, you just have to reach the main platform. So that would be the jump puzzle. I'll throw a link to the jump puzzle. The final dungeon for the game resides in the back of the faction hall. Once again, I will have links to all of these areas. I have tutorials already published on, so we'll be able to help get you through. You need these relics. You put these on the relic stands. And then once you do that, you have all 6 of them. Once all 6 are placed, the door will open. And just on the other side of that gate, you're going to find Miss Alexandra Fall. In this instance,
It's incredible how they managed to.
she's going to give you 60 minutes to complete the Forsaken Mountain dungeon. You're going to get 30 to 60 honor, 2 to 4 silver, and 1 million experience. And that is the last... It's the last location for Alexandra that I know about. If there are others, she tends to be in the vanilla dungeons and in the AOC dungeons. But I don't know about any other locations. So I've covered everything that I have been able to find or have found just by exploring for Alexandra. She's the most time-consuming daily quest giver, but she also
I have
pays
an urgent matter that needs to be attended
pretty
to.
well.
Could
Like
you help me?
2 to 4 silver is a good payment if you can complete this dungeon in the
Watch
time
out for
frame.
traps in places like
So that's Alexandra's. Call it a quest line. I know it's not really a quest line, but that's what we're going to call it. And then we're going to move on to the next quest giver. So stick around. Alright, another location that you're going to find a daily quest giver is in J2 in the Dolgaron Village. The Dolgaron Village is a new location as of the update, and it is the Calgorian stronghold. As you run up the hill here, following the path, the left path leads up to the main body of the village with the quest giver and whatnot for the Calgorian section. But over here on the right, you're going to find a game hunter specialist, and they will have 4 daily quests for you. Small game hunt, which is 5 guild tokens, up to 200 tin coins and 50,000 experience. Big game hunt, which is 10 tokens, up to 300 tin coins and 150,000 experience. Legendary game hunt is 15 tokens, up to 600 experience, up to 600 tin coins and 350,000 experience. And the mythical game hunt is 20 guild tokens, up to 700 tin coins and 650,000 experience. So I've already got these accepted. Small game. I'm not going to go through all of these. You guys know where to find rabbits and shellback babies. So for the small game hunt, you got to kill 4 wild rabbits and 2 green shellback babies, and it's important to note they do specify the babies. So killing the adult shellbacks won't do it for this quest. The big game hunt, you're looking for 2 wild bison, 4 white-tailed deer, 6 wild wolf, and 3 wild lynx. Wild wolves, are up in the Nord area in the Highlands. White-tailed deer are in the the new Dark Forest area, but near the new river, kind of where your beginner quest takes you through. So you've probably already seen them if you followed the prologue quest line. Wild bison and wild lynx, you may not know where they are, but they are very close. The wild bison are down in among these horses. You can see one right there, kind of milling around the rocks. There's usually 2 or 3 of them down there, so you shouldn't have a problem completing the quest. And then the lynx, there are 4 or 5 lynx that hang out up in these ruins. And you saw on my quest marker that I already have killed 3 of them. They may not have respawned yet, but they spawn right up here behind this wall. Oh, they did respawn. So this is where you can find some lynx. There's a couple more up this way. So I think there's a total of 5 or 6 of them up here. And that's what you need for the big game hunter quest. And then the legendary game hunt is plague enemies. You're going to kill 5 Scourge Reapers, 1 Scourge Mammoth, and 1 Scourge Crocodile. I imagine most people know how to find these things, but I will pull up the map quick and show you a couple of good locations. For Scourge Reapers, over here in D6, I'm sorry, is a good spot. There's 4 of them that spawn there. And then there are also a few of them that will spawn among this in the dark woods over here. As far as the plague mini bosses, the crocodile and the mammoth, there are 6 mini boss spawns throughout the dark forest, and then there are 3 up in the unnamed city. So those are the best places to look for those. And then as far as the mythical bear, the mythical giant bear, his location, that one is set. It spawns over here in G2, kind of near quest location Volner. We're at the Covenant camp in G2. And what you're going to do is you're going to head past this big tree, and the direction you're going is straight west, basically. And you can see him right up here. This is your mythical bear. He's a big, beefy grizzly bear-looking fella. Has 16,000 health. He's not particularly hard. He does only have 16,000 health. He is a bear, so it's got a little bit thicker hide. Higher defenses and whatnot. Shouldn't be too much of a problem though. So we kill him, and then you don't need to get his head or anything. You can if you want. But once you finish that up, we just head back to the Dolgaron village. That is the daily quests for Game Hunter Specialist in Dolgaron Village. Moving on to the next one. We're here at another Questgiver location. We are in G2, in the north center section of G2, at Dreadmere Village. This location is where you're going to find Bobby the Skeleton. He's come out of the underwater cavern to hang out with the Devil Bears. He's got 3 quests for you. Some kind of friend. So these quests are also not very difficult. They're all self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna go through them with you. So he wants bones. He's gonna trade you 3 worm scales and 80,000 experience for 150 bone. What worm scales are is another kind of currency. Bobby is a merchant in the underwater cavern at Bobby's sanctuary. The only currency he deals in is worm scales. So this is an effort to make worm scales more widely available, I believe, because previously the only way you could get worm scales was going through the underwater cavern, getting to the end of it, and then staying on the platform that's raised up above the hole that you swim down. and then the worms will spawn up there, and you can kill them as they spawn. But there's an awful lot of plague up there because the worms release plague when they die as well. So it gets to be a pretty inhospitable environment pretty quickly. So I don't think you can do any kind of sustained farming up there. So this is a good way to get some worm scales if you don't want to deal with that. Again, it's 150 bones here. The mountain devils, he wants you to defeat 6 devil bears. You actually have to kill 6 devil bears for this quest. He's going to give you 2 to 3 grand honor chests, 7 to 9 worm scales, and 450,000 experience. And a devil feast, you have to collect 10 devil bear cubs heads. That's the reason I mentioned that you have to kill the devil bears. You might not have to kill the devil bear cubs. Maybe you've been collecting their heads and have a bunch back at base for the devil bear blood. But the easiest way is obviously going to be to kill them. You're going to get 3 to 8 honor tokens, 4 to 6 worm scales, 280,000 experience. I will mention a spot that will... Well, it's not an easy spot to deal with these guys. It'll have everything you need. There's a fair amount of devil bear cubs right around this hut. Like, I think they hang out right back here. Yeah, there's 4 of them right there, beating on something. There's one right there. So there's 5 or 6 of them that hang out right around here. But if you go over to the dividing line between E and F 2 over here at Devil Mountain, there are, I believe, 7 devil bears and just an abundance of devil bear cubs. It's also where the Nightmare Relic boss is located, so you do have to be a little bit wary of that. You will likely be involved in a fight with a 50,000 hit point bear. But that is probably the best location to do both of these quests. But the long and short of it is that's Bobby. He's got 3 quests for you. He gives you some worm skin. Alrighty, the final location for dailies that we're going to talk about today is someplace you cannot get to traditionally. You have to be teleported here, and this teleporter is a one-way teleport. I will have a video linked at the end here, and I'll put it down in the description as well as to how you can get this location unlocked. Do know that this is a little bit of a spoiler, but we are talking about the dailies, so we're going to talk about it. This location here is a location in the Underworld. Again, you can't get here through traditional means, but who we're talking to here is the Harbinger of Souls. This is Wraith.
Ready to serve as my champion, I will grant you unimaginable power so that you can become my next Deathbringer.
So he wants you to be a Deathbringer. That is tied to the Soul Magic quest line. I've talked about this in another video. It's the video I'll be linking at the end here. But he also offers daily quests. And what these daily quests are going to be, I'm not going to go through them for the rewards. The rewards are all set in stone, so I'm not going to go through and do each and every one for you. This one, A Life Undeath, you gather holy power gems by using the Soul Ascension tool on humanoids. So your divine magic gem harvesting tool, and you have to collect 50 of them. Once you get 50 of them, you bring them back. He gives you 20 souls and 190,000 experience. The other side is going to be a RNG based one. You have to kill the elven leaders at the major elven camps scattered around the world. So you have to visit the Covenant camps, and you have to kill a tier 5, a tier 6, a tier 7, and a tier 8 officer thrall or officer NPC. That's what it'll take to satisfy this one. It'll give you 30 souls and 590,000 experience. One of those camps we were just at. It's the same camp that the mythical bear was at. So that's the only Covenant camp that's not on the interactive map, and I'll have the interactive map linked here as well in the description of this video. The Dark Curse. Wraith has ordered you to go and take care of the Kinscourge. Collect his heart as a trophy for the Harbinger. You need a Kinscourge heart. You get that by defeating the Kinscourge in the Black Keep. That's a vanilla dungeon. There are plenty of walkthroughs on that. The Black Keep is located in the Tundra area. I'll show you on the map where that is. But this one, you just bring the Kinscourge heart to him. He gives you 30 souls and 600,000 experience. And Tears of the Deathbringer also is Kinscourge related. You get 50 souls and 3.5 million experience for this one. However, collect his tears for the Harbinger. You need to collect 10 tears of the Kinscourge, and he only drops one at a time. So you have to kill the Kinscourge 10 times to complete this quest, which is the other reason that we're not going to go through all of these. So that covers the Dark Curse and the Tears of the Harbinger. The Mystical Grove. Wraith has ordered you to go and deal with the inhabitants of the Midnight Grove. Collect Flesh of Remembrance. So this one's a little bit easier than the Dark Curse. Depending on how your server's set up, you usually get more than one Flesh of Remembrance when you harvest the werewolf boss. This is the Jebel Sog dungeon, the Midnight Grove. You get 30 souls. If you end up getting more than one Flesh of Remembrance, throw them in a fridge, in a preservation box, and keep them. And then you can just bring all the quest requires is a Flesh of Remembrance. You don't actually have to go kill the boss every single time. You just have to bring a Flesh of Remembrance. So that's 30 souls and 600,000 experience. Another vanilla dungeon, plenty of info out there on it. And then the final daily that Wraith offers, you have to defeat the Ritual Keeper in the Sunken City. This will give you 30 souls and 600,000 experience. This is the Dagon dungeon, so you have to go in there and you have to complete the Dagon dungeon. You do have to kill the final boss in there for this one. So that is Wraith quests, and the currency that he's giving out here. If you're sitting here going, what are souls for? Souls are a new currency that were added in with these dailies, and they're a currency type. It's actually a crafting material used in the Harbinger, the Shrine of the Harbinger, blood magic altar to craft some new armor and weapons that were released. And again, I'll have a video linked explaining the rewards for that, how you get that, and whatnot. But that is Wraith, and that's gonna wrap up our dailies. So far as we can tell, there are only those 4 daily quest givers,
Time has come.
And that's how you get to them, and that's what they want you to do for your dailies. If this video has helped you in any way, if you found it entertaining, feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.